Don't worry, this leak video about the Xbox Series X will be nothing like this video I made back in 2013.
I got all of this information from very, very reliable sources.
Oh, God.
Skip it up and that up.
So yeah, how I still even have a YouTube career after that video, which I made very early on when I first started doing YouTube full time, is beyond me. Just the way I gave the information in that video, I sounded like a complete drama queen. But I'm still here, 7 years later.
I can't even give you their gender.
No! God, please, no! No!
Well, I learned a valuable lesson from that absolutely horrendous video. Even though the source I got that information from, I still rely on to this day because there's been countless other things that I won't name this person for that they have been right about. I just have to always quadruple check. And there are a ton of people that come to me and give me information every single day, basically. And some of them I respond to and say, hey, what are your credentials? And they're like, it's so secret that I can't even tell you my credentials. So just trust me, I promise. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to trust you. Like literally every single time. They just want me to trust them and put out information with nothing to back it up with.
No!
Well, this person did verify their credentials with images, with screenshots that you could only have if you work for the company. And they work for Microsoft Game Studios. They've worked on Ori 2, Halo Infinite, Age of Empires 4. And they have information about Halo Infinite and the dev kits, Xbox Series X hardware. It's really interesting stuff. I'm going to give you what I can give you without giving away their personal info, and it's pretty awesome. So here we go. There's a lot about Infinite that is not known to the public. For example, it's obviously open world, but the original idea was to allow the player to explore the entire ring, even being able to fly from one end to the other manually if you wanted. This started in Unreal Engine 4, but as their vision was realized, they moved to the Slipspace engine and scaled down the project to just a certain set of islands. These will serve as a way to control player progression. It's quite clever and well implemented. Anyway, that being said, the switch of engines caused a massive setback. The demo we showed for the event recently was actually supposed to be ready for E3, but that got canceled. So yes, the build is 4 months old. The rumor that it was on a PC is true. Specifically, it was run on a dev kit called a Condor, a mid-spec special PC used for tools and debugging, not gameplay. A later trailer showed what the game looks like on a Scarlett with better shading / textures / lighting. The current dev kits we have in circulation are Durango, Xbox One, Edmonton, Xbox One X, Scorpio, Xbox One X, and Chuckwalla, unreleased, unknown prototype of the Xbox One X. Scarlett, Xbox Series X, Anaconda, Xbox Series X. We know that Scarlett is going to be Lockhart, which is the lower end Series S. Dante, experimental version of the Series X, and Condor, the mid-spec PC for tools. And this person also confirmed, yes, and Microsoft confirmed this too, but it's definitely going to happen that multiplayer will be live at launch for Halo Infinite. So you're going to have Halo and multiplayer are synonymous. They're not going to launch the game half-baked without multiplayer, so don't worry. Now, one thing I like that this person said is that they refined the open world experience. They're not going to let you just go everywhere throughout the world, because I think, honestly, that would have hurt Halo. And I don't want Halo to become, or Halo Infinite, I should say, to become the diet soda version of Destiny 2. And there's a lot of other people that are saying that as well. And it seems like they stepped away from that. And that's a good thing. It's also interesting to note they were going to use Unreal Engine 4 at first, but they went to a different engine called Slipspace. So Unreal Engine 4 Halo. That would have been interesting. Now, the other thing that caught my eye here is this experimental version of the Series X. Is this going to be maybe a mid-gen upgrade? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to need one for the 9th generation of consoles, because they're launching way more powerful out of the gate than the 8th gen consoles launched, the base PS4 and Xbox One. But maybe they're going to launch a Series X that is just as powerful as the Series X with a disk drive, but it just doesn't have a disk drive. Maybe they'll have 3 models. They'll have the Series X with a disk drive, the Series X without the disk drive, then they'll have the Series S without the disk drive, and it's meant more for 1080p, 1440p gaming. All of this information here just makes your wheels turn in your head, man, and it's pretty cool. Now, one thing I'll disagree with Forbes. Paul Tassi put an article up, should they delay Halo Infinite? Now, Digital Foundry said this, that you have to realize that Halo Infinite was originally meant for the Xbox One/One X, and then they made it become a launch title for the Series X. And that may be why we're seeing the downgrade in visuals compared to Halo 5, because they were trying to make this open world game on the limited Xbox One hardware, and to make that work, you had to scale the game back visually, and that may be what we're seeing. The only way I would agree with Forbes is if they couldn't get multiplayer to launch on time. If they did, Halo and multiplayer have to go together. You can't just launch a single player Halo game, even if it's open world, and not have multiplayer there. If that was the case and they were going to launch multiplayer later on, I would just be like 343 Microsoft, just delay the whole game. It would just be better look for the whole game. It would be better look for your 9th gen console, but they're going to launch it with multiplayer. Hopefully it's not a mess. Remember how Master Chief Collection launched? And that's fine. So long as they're launching with multiplayer, I'm good with it. So this is all really interesting information, man. And I'm glad they refined the open world experience so it's not a mess. And even with the graphics, and I said this in my other video, yes, Halo 5 does look better, but if the gameplay is there and it's a solid experience, that's all I care about. And these other Xbox models that seem to be in the pipeline, it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft releases when it comes to the Xbox Series X. We're definitely getting way more than even just 2 versions of their 9th gen console, it seems like anyway. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm just going to call them little birds. I can't even give you their gender.
No! God, please, no! No!
Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.